Aloha, gang, and welcome to the Local My Life. I have one more story I wanted to share with you guys tonight. While looking around for for the Amber Alert information a few minutes ago, I came across Maximilian's story and wanted to share that with you. So pull up a chair and we'll go over that right after this. Aloha and welcome to the Local My Life. Gang, this is going to be a fairly short one because a lot of this is just getting the information out. There's very little information. What is there is the information we need to share, picture-wise, description-wise, location, those types of things. As I mentioned a few minutes ago, I came across this while KK and I were going around looking at the Amber Alert. Maximilian popped up, and there was just something about that case that struck both of us. And I was like, no, this has to be covered today because this little guy, okay, he's 13 years old, teenager, okay, brand new teenager who has gone missing and has now been missing since Friday. Police have gone public as of today saying, we need your help. There is no Amber Alert. There is nothing of that type. They're not saying that he is necessarily in danger, but they're at the same moment not saying he's safe. It's a lot of just questions, and we need to get information out about him. What worries me is I pull up Facebook on this, and you guys know how it usually is. You pull up someone's name and you get tons of copies of the same poster or stuff like that where people are trying to share stories. But in this case, there was none of that. I saw maybe 3 posts and they were all sharing the same poster, and that was it. No discussion about it, nothing there. And gang, a 13-year-old, okay, yes, they're teenagers, but look at this. He's not even high school yet. Okay, and he's been missing 4 days. Maximilian, first of all, just to let you guys know, go over a little bit about what he looks like and all the rest of the information. He went missing last Friday, October 28th, from Fort Worth, Texas. So this is another Texas one. So those of you in Texas, please help me out with getting this information out. He's 13 years old in 8th grade. He goes to Wedgwood Middle School there. He's 4'11" and 87 pounds. So when I looked at that picture, I'll be honest, gang, I did not see a 13-year-old initially. I was like, yeah, okay, but we're right at the beginning of a new school year. This is someone who was just getting out of 7th grade and going into 8th grade. He is brown hair, brown eyes, and basically when he was last seen was last Friday around 9 a.m. From what I'm getting here, gang, in all honesty, it looks like he may have, I don't know, been dropped off at school or just been at school or something, because the wording of all the articles is that he was last seen on Wilkie Way leaving that area of the road. Now, real quickly, I wanted to share this with y'all. This is the map of the area we're talking about. Okay, you can see the school right there in the middle. The area just up, okay, right on the top of that big, large area where you see the school and the track and all that stuff. That is Wilkie Way. Now, they talk about the block in Wilkie Way. The block he went missing from and was walking away from was the block the school sits on. I think it's 8500 or something like that. No, 86 or whatever. And it was the street. Wilkie Way is not that super long of a street. It's only maybe about 4 blocks or so from the looks of it. And they do make a point of saying he was leaving that area of Wilkie Way. So had he gotten to school and decided to go somewhere else for the day, whether it be playing hooky, meet up with friends, whatever, we don't know. Hey there, Emma Louie. Hello, my dear. Welcome, welcome, welcome. Oh, enjoy. Hey, that's what I got to do after this. After this, I'm calming down for the night and I got to go take my shower and all that also. And welcome, my dear. So let me bring this up because as great as it is to look at the location and all, sharing the pictures and all is what we need to do at this point. So what they are saying right now is that the police are asking, the Fort Worth police are asking for help finding this 13-year-old boy. He was last seen Friday, as I mentioned, on Wilkie Way in Southwest Fort Worth, near the school he attends, which is Wedgwood Middle School. Okay, hey Tammy, how you doing, my dear? Thought there was one other cover that I came across, Maximilian, Tammy, and I was like, someone needs to cover him because he's not getting any coverage at all, and he needs to find his way home to his family quickly. He's been missing since Friday. This is where I'm getting very confused. Like I said, there is very little information out there. There is literally a message from the police with his picture and information. That's it. There are no loads of posters. In fact, to be honest, I think mine might be the only poster out there right now outside of just what the police have sent out. He's been missing for 3 days. Why? Okay, they're saying he's leaving the school area. He was leaving that block. Why? Detectives initially were saying they did not think he had run away. Okay, you hear that. And the first thing in your mind is, if someone did not run away, if they're not considering him a runaway, then he is in danger. Okay, that means someone has him. He is somewhere with someone he should not be with, right? However, as of today, they started adding in that they didn't believe he was in danger. This is where I'm confused. I'm not sure if this is a typo in a Fox 4 News where I got all this information. I have no idea, because for the life of me, I cannot comprehend how someone could not be a runaway on one hand, but not be in danger on the other hand. So it's either a typo here in this news article that I'm coming across, or there's something else going on here that we don't know about. Right now, if I'm going to err on any level, I'm going to err on the thing that this child is in danger and needs to be brought home. That's where I'm going to always err. I'm always going to err on the point that someone needs help until we're told they do not need help anymore. The police are definitely asking for help. They're asking anyone who's seen him or knows where he is to call the Fort Worth Police Department. So they're asking for the help. You know what, Tammy, you just mentioned these are the children that this must be a foster child, is what we've seen. I came across one comment on Facebook. It was the only comment I came across, was a lady who was posting to Facebook and was saying that this child was her grandparents' neighbor, and that her what sounds like her child used to play with Maximilian. And in their words, oh gosh, I'm trying to remember off the top of my head, she said it's just really weird. So something is off on this. And unless I wake up in the morning to something saying, okay, wait, no, there's no danger, we found him, he's back. You know what? No 13-year-old should be out on their own. Okay, we were talking about that today in Sleuth Chat. Okay, just because someone is a runaway, even though they're saying this child is not a runaway, but just because they are a runaway does not mean they are there of their own free will and that they are safe. A 13-year-old does not know how to make money to be able to support themselves. They do not know how to ensure they have, okay, something covering their head at night in case it's rainy or cold. They need to be home. To me, exactly, Tammy, exactly, right there. Okay, any child missing is in danger. So I'm Not sure, like I said, maybe it's a typo in the article. I can't find anything else. What we need to do at this point is help share this information. Emma, agree. Why was a 13-year-old leaving school if school was not over? I suspect I may be wrong on this. He could have very easily had been dropped off for school or walk into school, and as soon as he thought everyone wasn't paying attention, he decided to go the other direction. 13, you're starting to get to that age where you're trying to push what you can push, things like that. So possibly, very possibly. But my question then comes, and these are all the questions that the police have the answers to, hopefully, because we're not seeing much posting wise from family with pictures or stuff like that. All we've got are the two pictures you're seeing right there. So the police and the family are probably not going much further than what they've shared with us for whatever reasons they have on their own. I agree. It would be wonderful to know, did he have a phone? Okay, if he did have a phone with him, because 13-year-olds, yeah, they could have phones by then. And was that phone pinging? Have they gotten any connection to the phone? What happened at home? Things like that. Because for them to say they didn't think he was a runaway at the beginning makes you feel that, yeah, they had kind of ruled out things. Maybe everything was at home that should have been at home that he wouldn't have taken. Maybe, okay, he told people something that he would never, he told his parents. They know the best. Parents are going to know, okay, if a child has that ability to run away in them. Okay, but 13, Friday to Saturday, Saturday to Sunday, Sunday to Monday, 3 days, 72 hours. A 13-year-old who is not even 5 foot tall is out there. Okay, we all know how dangerous the cities are that we live in. Okay, we know how easily a child can be made a victim. And especially when they're trying to trust anyone because they are scared or they don't know what to do. And then they put their faith in the wrong person. So if you guys can help me out with this, for those of you who have popped up a little later here with this, I shared this a few minutes ago. This is actually the area he went missing in. Right there in the center is the school. Okay, it looks like a large middle school. Okay, you've got a track there, you've got playground area, you've got all that stuff. The area he went missing was the block fronting the school. That street right up above the school. Okay, that is where he was seen leaving that area. Okay, not in that area. That I noticed. It did not say that he was last seen in that area. He was last seen leaving that block. So they don't say, was he going one direction versus the other? They just said leaving that block. So a lot of questions that hopefully we will get some answers to. Emma, you know what's sad right now? And I don't ever want people to get, I always get worried about saying things that will worry families and all, but gang, boys are trafficked. Okay, maybe not at the same level as girls, but it's a pretty big percentage, a lot bigger than what we initially think. It was a big, we were doing a lot of research a while back, Burton, I'm not sure if you remember the percentage or something, but it was pretty percentage, and it's pretty, yeah, it's scary, especially at that age. Yeah, did someone pick him up, or is he hanging out at someone's house? If he is hanging out with someone at their house, why aren't they calling the police and saying, you know what, I have Maximilian here at my house right now. He has issues right now with his house and he doesn't want to go home or something. You know what? Most police are going to be cool with that. If you call them and say, you know what, this teenager came to my house because they're just really having issues with home right now, they're going to try to find ways to make that work so the child feels comfortable, but is safe. And also, I'm sorry, Emma, that wasn't really just for everyone, because that is something a lot of people forget about, that part of it, especially someone as young as him. As a guy gets older, it's a little harder for them to do. It still happens. They'll use drugs, things like that, to keep them under control. But when you're younger, it's much easier to demand what you need out of someone. Okay, this poor guy is not even 5 feet tall. Okay, not even 100 pounds yet. Okay, he needs someone who can speak up for him right now, keep an eye out for him. Yeah, there's some scary things with this little guy that really worry me right now. Things that are just in the back of my head that I'm not willing to say out loud, but worry me tremendously. And also, hopefully we'll find him. You can see his picture there, his first day in 8th grade. My suspicion is that sign that he's holding says 8th. So you guys who are parents, you know what that's like. You know what that first day of school, when you have your kids with their picture on that first day. Okay, and yes, I agree, Emma. It's actually slavery. Yeah, it's not trafficking, it's slavery. And also, so if you guys can help me out with this, help us get the information out on Maximilian. He went missing on Friday, last seen around 9 a.m. Okay, tomorrow we are going on day 4. He's from Fort Worth, Texas, went missing outside of his middle school, Wedgewood Middle School, 13 years old, 4 foot, 11 inches tall, 87 pounds. Has brown hair and brown eyes. His hair looks like it's brown shoulder length hair also. Really pretty hair, actually. Okay, gorgeous. I mean, I wish I had hair like that, to be honest. And also, he was last seen, like I said, around 9 a.m. He was last seen wearing a navy blue polo shirt, blue jeans, and black shoes. Okay, so that kind of gives us an idea what he was looking at. Burden, thank you so much. In 2020, boys made up 7% of child sexual trafficking victims reported to NCMEC. Also, 78% of reports regarding online enticement involved girls, and 15% involved boys. And 8% of reports, the gender of the child could not be determined. Wow, that was 2020. What is it like now? Because usually these types of numbers, unfortunately, they don't go down. They only go up. And so, wow. Thank you. Thank you, Burden, for pulling. I can always depend on you, girl. Okay. The other one, as a quick reminder, I did just check, and Leilani Ordonez is still missing. Okay, this is the Amber Alert out of Texas. They are still looking for her and her father. Again, a reminder, the police are extremely concerned about her safety because her father stabbed someone who had a vehicle. Okay, jumped in the vehicle, kicked the other person out, and then went to the babysitter where he grabbed Leilani and left. So there are some really serious concerns right now for her safety. And also, another one, if we can please share that information out. I am going to, for anyone who is looking for those posters, let me share real quickly in chat my Discord. You guys can go straight there and download any of the posters that I am sharing right now. I am also going to, right after I'm done with this, share everything again right after this. So if you guys can help that. Yes, Burden, it's really, when I read some further stuff, KK was helping me pull things up, and the information on Leilani it's another one of those cases where Dad is not in the right state of mind right now. He could be speeding, dangerously speeding. He could be putting her life in danger in trying to escape. He needs to drop her off. Okay, so we just need to do something, he grabbed her because he loved her and wanted her with him. Okay, I'm willing to give that. He loves her. He needs to drop her off before something bad happens, because being on the run is not a place for a 1-year-old. who probably doesn't even have a car seat right now as they're driving around. So we need to get this out quickly. If you guys can help me out again with getting both those out. Other than that, I hope you guys have an amazing good night's sleep. And hopefully I'll wake up in the morning and we'll have great news on one, if not both of these cases. And yes, Burden, she is absolutely adorable in this one. And so I'm really hoping come tomorrow we'll have answers for both of these. Okay, I believe we will. We will. Okay, it happens, and we'll do these good. Things have been changing. We've been solving cases. People have been coming home, and they will continue to come home. So, love you all tons. I am running out of treats for the dogs, so I'm going to have to pull this one up before someone throws a fit. And also, Emma, there was a woman who was trying to get her baby out. It was a weird, okay, Amber Alert. Sometimes I wonder if Emma, the alerts work, but there's a very fine line with the alerts. Any warning. It's like even here in Hawaii, we get tsunami warnings at times and watches at times. And it's always this, they know warnings, watches, things like that. Amber Alerts work. They really, the number of people who come home and are found from an Amber Alert are through the roof. And also they work. But what you don't want to do is do them so often that people start being like, it's another Amber Alert. Let me just turn my phone off, and you don't even look at it. Okay, it's what happens with, we had that here with the tsunami years ago. They kept doing so many tsunami alerts and so many of them that all of a sudden we had one and it was going to be a bad one and no one believed anyone because tsunamis before there turned out to be like an inch, 2 inches tall. Believe it or not, you can have a tsunami that's 2 inches tall. So it's rough. And I think that's one reason why you do have, here we got 2 cases of 2 different people who have been reported missing in the same state. One has an Amber Alert, one does not. What are the differences? Well, in the case of Leilani, we know that we have a vehicle, for example, that they can track. Okay, we have pictures of the person they can track. Okay, in the case of Maximilian, there's nothing. All they know is a picture of someone, so they're asking for help. It's a hard balance. It really is a hard balance. And I'm not sure what the answer is, honestly, because we know they work. They really do work wonderfully. So anyhow, just me on a soapbox for a few minutes. And also, I am going to head and cave in for the rest of the night, maybe eat myself some dinner, and then we will see what's going on. Hey, thanks, Burden. I mean, yeah, once in a while I'm like, okay, no one's on at night and this stuff is popping up. We can share it. You got it. So love you, girl. Love you. I actually love it because I've been seeing a bunch of you guys on later at night and I'm like, yay, I got someone I can watch. So I got to get used to turning on my YouTube though. That's the problem. I stopped turning on YouTube because no one was ever on. And now I'm forgetting to turn it back on. Yeah, okay. You know how it goes. Love you guys dearly. Please keep an eye out for Maximilian, also for Leilani, and let's see what we can do on bringing him home. Thank you all tons. Aloha and mahalo, gang. Mahalo from the bottom of my heart.